Hey everyone, welcome to the Fat Life Podcast, a place where we celebrate embracing the good life, drinking the good drinks, eating the good foods, and being an overall good person. Now, it's time to embrace the fluff with your hosts, Reggie and Carter.
Welcome to the Fat Life Podcast, Thursday night.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you to everyone who listened to our last episode.
Yes.
Seems to be popping off the charts.
Absolutely.
Almost number one on iTunes.
Oh, we got a far way to go for number one. But for us, it's the number one episode, which is awesome.
Yes, definitely.
Big things to come with it's so shiny.
Yep.
Sparkly.
Yep.
Even tonight we're at dinner.
Yep.
And it really is. Like, I'll post a picture on the Facebook for everyone to see. That thing's pretty damn sparkly.
It definitely is. Definitely
Quite
has a little bit of a
impressed with
pop
myself.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had some nice rose gold.
Nice rose gold, which is new and unique.
Well, it's dope because so the ring itself is the band is rose gold, right? And then I guess you would call like the diamond clasp or whatever that's on top of the band.
Yeah.
Is platinum.
Okay.
So there's diamonds encrusted throughout the band, and then obviously the big diamond up top.
Yeah, the platinum is really going to hold it in nicely. It gives it a nice color difference between the rose gold and the silver platinum look, but it's also going to be a tighter grasp on that diamond, so it doesn't go nowhere. Sure.
Going
way over your head, huh?
Yep. It just looked pretty and sparkly.
There you go.
So I knew she'd like it because it was sparkly.
Oh, you got to think of it like
it's all sparkly.
Yeah, it's pretty sparkly.
Kind of like the glimmer in your eye. Sparkly.
It's kind of after that dinner tonight. I'm surprised that there's any glitter in my eye right now.
We took you out to Cafe Rio.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
The Brazilian deliciousness.
Yeah, I didn't. Maybe it's the barbacoa and the pork and the chickens, and that's what makes it Brazilian. Because to me, it seemed like it was very Mexican-y.
Yeah, but their whole thing is Brazilian, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, it's different. But, it was, I've always heard people say they've gone there. We've talked about it on the first episode of the podcast. We talked about Cafe Rio. Being a first time going, it was actually kind of a nice experience to go out and
when's the last time, we actually, obviously we go out to a restaurant every so often, with your family or whatever. But just the three of us go out and eat outside in nice weather.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was very nice, very nice, very nice. You know what's even nicer?
What's that?
$1.6 million of gold.
Sure.
Stolen.
Okay.
Out of the back of a Loomis truck.
Really?
Out of a bucket.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, go on.
So this was in 2016.
Okay.
Julio Novello,
of course,
brazenly stole a bucket of gold from the back of an armored truck in Manhattan. His take totaled $1.6 million in melted gold bars.
Okay, so they were already melted down, or they were gold bars when he stole them?
I think they were gold bars.
Okay.
It doesn't say, unfortunately. It's interesting. So he never got caught.
Okay.
It was in broad daylight.
Okay.
Broad daylight. The Loomis guards were 15 feet in front of him. Weren't paying attention. Left the back of their armored truck open, right?
Idiots.
With buckets of gold.
Huh.
So he's been dubbed the Golden Boy.
Okay.
And he's finally telling his story, right? And the whole thing is actually taped. From the bank.
So he was caught already?
He was never caught.
So how is he telling a story now?
I'll tell you why.
Interesting.
He says, I was surprised, he told NBC New York. I saw two guard silhouettes only. Then, when one guard walked away, Novello saw his chance and walked to the back of the open truck and grabbed a bucket. A bucket that weighed 86 pounds. He lugged it around Midtown for several blocks. As soon as I passed Fifth Avenue, nobody followed me. I knew the game was over. Boom. Eventually, Novello exchanged the gold for $1.2 million in cash on the black market. He left the money with his fiancée in a storage locker in New Jersey while he escaped to Ecuador.
Okay.
So they have no, what the fuck's it called?
Extradition?
Yes, no extradition in Ecuador, right? But like the Hollywood adaptation that's sure to be coming soon, The story has a twist. My fiance took the money that belonged to us, he said. I feel broke. That might have been an unintended pun, but these days Novello was living modestly. He did end up escaping to Ecuador, but was arrested in January 2017 for unrelated charges and served 9 months in prison. Now he lives with his mother. He still insists that his fiance has the rest of the $1.2 million, and the NYPD refuses to comment as it's still an open investigation.
Huh.
He says that if Hollywood were to pick up his story, he would want Nicolas Cage to play him. He said, I would like Robert De Niro, but he's old now.
Stupid.
So this dude, broad daylight, stole an 86-pound bucket
of gold.
Of gold, coming out to $1.2 million. Walks blocks. I've never been to New York, so I don't know from where he was to Fifth Avenue, whatever.
Blocks are smaller than the average block here.
Right. So what, maybe 3 minutes of walking?
Maybe.
No one's following him.
Easy to get
away. This
away.
shit's on CCTV or whatever the fuck, the bank closed circuit television. And saw him, but motherfucker escaped. One, how do you have the wits to sell this shit on the black market? Because if I'm not mistaken, that's also on the dark web.
Yeah.
The black market.
Depends on what.
But it's New York, right? So you can just fucking meet up with a mob boss and call it good.
It's pretty simple.
Let's be realistic.
Well, I wouldn't say it's pretty simple, but if you know the right people, I'm sure moving that kind of that kind of poundage of gold is not hard. But 1.2 million, I feel like he got gypped. For 86 pounds of gold.
They said the actual value is 1.6.
1.6. So he settled 0.4 less than what value would be.
Yeah, but you know what? Selling on the black market,
you're not going to get the straight value for it, yeah.
Right, but at the same time, you melt that shit down, it's untraceable.
Exactly.
That stolen gold is 100% untraceable. I never would have come out with my story.
I don't know why he was stupid enough to leave his fiance with 1.2 million.
Well, because he couldn't travel with it, right?
Why not?
Because if you go through a plane, customs checks your bags and shit.
Sure.
86 pounds of fucking gold.
No, but she was sitting on the money. He sold it for the money.
But, if he was smart, he would have fucking...
You break it down.
Laundered it.
You launder it, or you have enough money to check multiple bags. You break it up into multiple bags of clothing.
Yeah.
Or package envelope of 500,000 here, 500,000 there.
At the same time, I don't know what's the max money order, or wire transfer.
Well, it just depends. I guess it depends on their laws and stuff.
Right.
Interesting. The fact that, and she takes off with 1.2 million. He feels heartbroken.
Yep.
You shouldn't. You feel stupid.
That's what you should feel. Very strong suspicion.
Okay.
That he is lying.
You think he still has it?
Yeah.
And that he's playing it off as I don't have it because he knows that they'll come after
my
him?
fiance stole it. I don't have it. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Live with his mother until the story blows over.
It's possible.
It's no longer going to be an open investigation because, guess what?
He still should be going to jail for stealing it.
Yeah, but he's in Ecuador. No extradition.
His mom's in Ecuador, too.
Yeah.
So, okay. Gotcha.
His whole family's in Ecuador.
Dude, come on. Yeah. I feel... Okay. I get that then. Since he's not in New York, there's nothing really they can do. So you think he has it in Ecuador?
Yeah, he has to.
It's possible.
Has to.
Possible.
I would.
You could fucking mail it to yourself.
True.
A box,
True.
There's so
and
many...
just insure it, right?
Exactly. There's so many different things that you could do.
Gets caught up in the way, so be it.
Uh-huh.
But
stupid.
At the same time, they don't want any addresses being traced or whatever. So I get that. But speaking of the whole he was an illegal thing.
Uh-huh.
You know who else was an illegal?
Who?
That had been deported twice.
His fiance.
No, the motherfucker that killed the Panthers football player last week on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, the guy who got hit?
No. The hitter. The drunk driver.
Yeah, the drunk driver who hit the guy on the side of the road. He was an illegal?
Yep, illegal. Has been deported twice in the last year.
Oh, Jesus. And he gets busted for drunk driving and killing 2 people.
Yep.
Never coming back again.
Once again, build the wall. Build the motherfucking wall.
I'm not not going into that. I will not go into those conversations with you. The wall's not going to stop anything.
Yeah, I know.
It's unfortunate. I mean, we spend all this money for them to find a way through.
Yeah. But, well, part of it for me is like the whole deportation thing, right?
Yeah.
So, North Korea. I don't know if you watched the State of the Union at all.
I did. Watch the whole thing.
Okay. So, and I could be mistaken, it wasn't part of the State of the Union. But there was an American who got caught doing something in North Korea, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was illegal. You know, he got punished. 15 years of hard labor was his punishment in North Korea.
Okay.
For being an illegal there and fucking committing a crime, right? We don't have that shit in America. Oh, no. You committed a crime here, we're going to send you back to your shithole country, and that's it, right? Like, so that's the issue there.
You can't out here.
Well, I mean, you could.
We abolished slavery.
Yeah. Who says slavery?
It is slavery.
Fuck that.
You're not going to have them willingly do this because then it's not hard labor.
Put them in jail here.
You can put them in jail.
Put them in jail here, put them on a work crew or whatever, you know?
I mean, shit, that want to talk about work crews. Just today, someone escaped a work crew in Mesa.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah. I'd have to pull up the story again. It popped up this morning when I was, during one of the times I was actually awake. And it said that there was a work crew, one inmate escaped from a work crew that was working on the side of the freeway out towards Mesa.
No shit.
Yep. So,
I will say, though, from, like, watching crime documentaries and everything,
yeah,
the inmates on work crews, 90% of the time, at least the work crews that are seen by public, are not violent criminals.
True.
So at least there's a plus there.
Okay, so this is what he was doing. Sorry. Officials are searching for an inmate in West Phoenix who walked away from a Maricopa County Animal Care and Control facility where he was working. He just walked away. Around 9:30 a.m. Thursday, inmates arrived at the facility to clean, and the MCACC spokesman confirmed about 2 hours later an employee who was supervising the work crew noticed that one of the inmates, Skylar B. Martin, was missing. He just took off.
Huh. Still
on the run.
That's interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
Work crews.
Work crews.
I don't believe in them. Government uses it to cut corners and save money.
I'd agree. There's a lot of interesting things happening these days in the world.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay.
Tony Romo.
What about him?
Love him, hate him, what do you think?
Hate him.
You hate him.
I hate him. I hated him as a football player. I hated him as a commentator. I hated him as everything.
All right. How do you feel about him as a PGA golfer?
He'll fail.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Golfer.
Yeah, as a golfer, he'll
Tony
fail.
Romo will compete in the PGA Tour event, Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship, which begins March 19th.
Uh-huh.
Football has become too easy for him.
Jesus.
And he would like to put his hand in the ring for golf.
This is what he said?
Yes.
Football has become too easy for him?
Yes.
He's a failed quarterback?
Yep.
And it's too easy. Huh.
Yep.
All right. Well, he's a fucking idiot. Do you golf at all?
I hate golf.
I love golf. I love going and hitting the greens. He'll fail. I'm sorry. He just won't. I don't care. He will not make the cut by Friday. Saturday, Sunday, when it's actually on TV and people are watching, nobody's going to see him because he's not going to be there. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. You know, here's what people are kind of irked about. So for Romo to get in, because he's not technically a professional golfer,
sure,
had to receive a sponsor exemption to a PGA Tour event, which he's now received because it's, Tony Romo. He has tried to qualify for the U.S. Open 3 times.
And failed.
And has never qualified.
Yep.
You know how many fucking golfers are in the U.S. Open?
A lot.
I think it's like 129.
A lot.
Or like 130. Some crazy number like that.
Uh-huh. A lot of people that fight to get on that cup.
But now he's fucking playing for a $3 million purse.
Well, the reason is because the U.S. Open's amateur and pro. Whereas, like, the rest of the Opens that are out there aren't as much amateur and pro.
Sure.
The U.S. Open's usually always amateur and pro. The only reason I know that is because my ex-wife's brother plays, and he's never qualified for the PGA. Not yet. But he plays golf professionally. That's what he lives off of. He plays a lot of the smaller tours that go through Oklahoma, Nebraska, the Midwest tour. He plays a tour out in Shanghai, Thailand.
Oh, wow.
And he has gotten so close, and every single time just comes up a tad bit short to making the tour. So if he can't do it, and this guy golfs every fucking day of his life, then Romo, who doesn't golf every fucking day of his life, ain't going to make it.
Yep.
I don't care what talent he thinks he has, it's not going to happen.
Yep. But it's Romo, so.
Yeah, of course. He just gets what he wants.
Right. It's a good thing golf doesn't have refs, because he'd have paid him off.
He'd probably fumble the ball putting it on the tee.
Fumble the ball. Oh, you know what? He probably would.
Yeah.
I'd laugh my ass off. Speaking about football again,
Yeah.
I am amazed by the move the 49ers made today.
What move did they make today?
Garoppolo.
They
Yep.
signed him.
They signed him to a 5-year deal.
5 years
5-year deal.
as a starter.
As starter, not a big surprise, right? He's a great quarterback.
He's
Deserves
decent.
deserves a contract.
I wouldn't say he's great, but he's decent.
But deserves a contract.
Sure.
All right? You know
Not
what
the
I mean?
numbers you were telling me.
Oh, what numbers would those be? You mean the 5-year, $137.5 million dollars.
Over a 5-year term.
Over a 5-year term comes out to $27.5 million average a year.
Highest paid quarterback of all time?
No. Highest paid football player of all time.
He's not worth the money. He's not worth the money. The fact that the 49ers did that, they are so fucking dumb.
They're fucked.
They're fucked. They got nothing left.
They will never have money.
Where do they have any room in the cap? I mean, you have to cut everyone now.
Yep.
Like, there's no way.
Well, I mean, do the 49ers have any big stars?
Not anymore.
Right. Like
Last
this
one they
past
had
year.
was Crabtree. Crabtree went to Oakland.
Yep.
No.
Oakland.
Yeah,
Yep,
Crabtree's in
there we go.
Oakland.
Yep. For some reason, I thought you said Oklahoma.
No. He went to Oakland, and that was it. So I don't think they have anybody. Do they still have... No, do they still have Coffee? Man, that was years ago.
Yeah, I don't think they have any big players.
They don't.
But now,
That's why they were so bad.
their whole team is going to be fucking Jimmy Garoppolo.
And a bunch of nobodies.
And then
that
you're
are
going to have a bunch of 6th-round picks.
They could
for the rest of your
They
team.
could make it work. They could play Moneyball with everybody else.
Just because you have an amazing quarterback does not mean you're going to win a team.
Dude, they
win a
won the
championship.
last 4 games that they had with them, and they had nobody then.
We'll see.
I don't think they'll beat Arizona. They will not beat Seattle.
Nope.
They'll play well, but they won't beat us.
Nope.
Unless, well, no, actually, I won't put Arizona in there because we don't know who the fuck we are right now. They won't compete against LA. They won't compete against Seattle. Arizona, who knows what's going to happen to us.
You guys are fucked.
Yeah, I have no idea. After watching the Super Bowl, I'm at that point where I'm just like,
Where's your quarterback?
I don't know what we're going to do because I want to be able to be one of those fans that says they won a Super Bowl in my lifetime. But every move that they make is making me think it'll never happen.
Do you guys have a quarterback yet?
No.
Seriously?
Well, they haven't opened up free agency yet, so no.
Yeah, but Nick Foles is a free agent, yeah?
No.
He's not?
Nick Foles is not a free agent.
I thought he was.
No, he's under contract.
Okay.
He has to be traded. And I know after the Super Bowl I said that he's going to come to Arizona. I don't think he leaves Philly. I'll tell you why. I watched 7 interviews with him after that game. During each interview, he said, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I prayed on it and we won the game. He's going to ask Jesus Christ, his Lord and Savior, if he should be traded, if he should be demanded trading and go somewhere else. And he's not going to do it because the guilt's going to get to him because the only team that gave him a chance to win a Super Bowl was Philly. And he's got a ring with Philly, so I don't expect him to leave. I think it would weigh on his conscience too much. He doesn't care about the money. He cares about the team.
Who's going to be a free agent this year?
Bridgewater?
Who else?
I didn't see
Trying to get at something.
Breeze.
Is Newton?
No. Is he?
I don't know.
Did you just look at it?
No, I didn't.
I'll take a look.
I looked at something else. But you are now head coach.
It won't happen.
If I'm not mistaken, offensive coordinator.
Uh-huh.
And I did just see defensive coordinator are all from
It won't
North
happen.
Carolina.
It won't. I won't.
You won't allow it?
No.
Really, you won't?
I won't. I won't support the team.
Yeah, you will.
I will not be a Cam Newton fan.
Yeah, you will.
2015, Newton has a $1 million guaranteed base salary.
He'll be a free agent 2021.
Yeah, so
not
we
yet.
won't get him anytime soon. And I don't think we can trade for anything for them to give him to us. Rivera will not get rid of him. I don't know. Here's the thing. I would take Bridgewater. I would not build a team around Bridgewater, though.
No?
No. I don't think Bridgewater has the talent to have a successful run in Arizona.
Oh, dear Lord.
What?
Well, Larry may stay
Why?
if one of these... He's lobbying for either Kirk Cousins or Drew Brees to be the Cardinals' QB.
What's your analysis on Kirk Cousins?
I don't have one. I don't watch a single one of his games.
I wouldn't.
Drew Brees I like. I don't know if I like him for Arizona, though.
They've got the weapons to do something with him. Do I think that they'll go far, though?
If they had Brees, though, here's the thing, though. Brees is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a playoff winning quarterback.
He is.
And
he still has the arm. Somewhat.
He knows how to allow running backs to run.
Sure.
I.e. David Johnson.
Sure.
Healthy. And he knows how to throw the fucking long ball and the short ball and the mid ball.
Well, his long ball hasn't gotten as long as it used to.
No.
That's my only thing that I'm worried about.
But it's Larry.
That's true. But if Larry's outrunning his throws,
true,
you're underthrowing your quarterback. I mean, when I watched him against Minnesota, that whole first half, he underthrew everybody.
Yeah.
Like, he was having a hard time connecting with anybody. And the few shots he took downfield, he overthrew the receiver. Or he underthrew the receiver. You know, Minnesota got 2 picks off of him off of just horrible throws. So that concerns me. I wouldn't pick up Kirk Cousins because I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
And he was with Washington.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, do we want another Kevin Cobb situation where you've got a quarterback that did okay for a shitty team and then comes to a good team and just doesn't perform?
I'm telling you, you need Colin Kaepernick.
I would never. No. Not even going to talk about it. Nope.
That's who you need as a quarterback, bud.
Nope.
Yes.
He's a piece of shit. Enough said.
Couldn't agree more. But speaking of, I don't know. Oh, you said Seattle would fucking still whoop on 49ers, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Are you
as
sure?
long as Sherman's healthy, obviously, Chancellor and everything. Yeah, I don't see why not.
You sure?
I think so. I don't think that San
Russell
Francisco.
Wilson's fucking going to the Yankees now.
Yeah.
So why play for the Seahawks when you can make that pinstripe money?
Yeah, it's true. You could make that pinstripe money. Yeah, it's a gag. It's not real.
True. Well, it happened. Yeah. Obviously.
It was
to sell fucking seats for spring training in Florida. Right. I mean, everybody laughed about it, right?
Yeah. I saw it and thought, are they talking about another Russell Wilson?
No.
Like, it took me by surprise the first time I saw it, but that was like, oh.
Well, here's the thing. So, like, even when he played for, quote unquote, played for the Rangers, right?
Sure.
He would go to spring training here, dress out in uniform, was never allowed to play.
Why?
Not a single swing. Because the Seahawks have it in his contract
that he can't.
That if he gets hurt, the MLB pays the rest of his salary outright or contract.
See, I think that's fucking stupid.
Now, on the other hand, the Yankees have that kind of money.
True. I think they should let that guy play.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, fuck, you had Bo Jackson. Yeah. Bo Jackson was a 2-sport player.
I think it's stupid. The guy's fucking talented, plain and simple. Let the guy fucking play. It's only spring training. He's not playing real games.
Right.
You know,
he's just having fun.
He's just trying to go out there and warm up, stay warm in the off season. There's nothing wrong with that. He
gets to come out for like, I want to say it's one game of spring training to make an appearance,
right? Sign
autographs, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Stupid.
Boring.
Fuck the Seahawks for doing that. I just think it's wrong to take away a man. The guy's I wouldn't say he's your only star, but he's the biggest thing in Seattle right now. He should have some freedom to be able to enjoy himself.
What he is though is he's the average Joe's child hero.
Sure.
Because he's 5'10".
Yeah.
Undersized for any NFL position.
Sure. He's half.
And said he would never, or everyone said he'd never make it in the NFL. And yet he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah.
So he's that role model for kids. He's a good person too.
He's a great two-shoes.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like, there's that. But, so it's like, I get it because it's a publicity stunt. And at the same time, like, fucking let him play. Let him have fun.
I think so.
It's a sport.
If I'm Texas, I would never send him over to New
No, they
York,
huh? Something big out of it. I don't remember what it was, though.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll pull it up real quick.
Wait, so they actually got something for him?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was just a joke. I didn't know they actually got something for him.
No, they got something for him. I told you, it's a legit trade.
How? He doesn't play baseball.
Because he's still technically... Because he was drafted onto the Rockies out of high school, or out of college.
Yeah.
And went back to college. He still had a contract. Well, they traded his contract to...
the Rangers.
To the Rangers, and now the Rangers have traded him to... whatchamacallit?
But he's not getting paid anything.
He is.
That's fucked up. Fuck Russell Wilson.
Hold on. You can talk while I'm reading. I'm trying to find this.
Trying to think. That's fucked up. The Rangers should not be paying him anything. Whether he had a contract or not, he went to the NFL, which makes his contract null and void. Period. End of story.
It's not.
There's no contract.
There is.
There shouldn't be.
But
he's not fulfilling a contract.
It's two different sports, so they still do it that way.
But he's not fulfilling his contract.
They traded him for 4 future considerations.
Future considerations meaning draft picks?
Yeah.
Stupid. That's why I don't follow baseball anymore. It's so stupid.
But if you look at it, like, it's the Yankees, right? So they don't need this year. They're not going to need a single fucking draft pick.
They don't need Russell Wilson.
No, they don't. He's going to go play in the Grapefruit League. And he said in no way does he plan on reinventing, like, the Bo Jackson era.
Yeah.
But he just wants to keep his ties close to the sport because he still loves the pureness of baseball. Or I should say, loves baseball in the purity that it has to offer. Now, MLB, professional baseball, does not offer that purity.
No, but just baseball in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I can respect that.
It's stupid. You have a contract being eaten up when you have all these young guys fighting to get a spot on a roster.
Well, I don't know how much he's getting paid or if he is, but...
Shouldn't be getting anything. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
That's just me. He shouldn't be taking any money from that, and if he is taking that money, it should be going to charity.
Well, it's Russell Wilson. You know what it is.
Yeah.
That dude's a beast.
Can't stand that guy anymore now.
Oh, you're so rude. You said you'd love him if he was a Cardinal.
I would take him, but I can't stand the guy. Fuck him. Yeah, doesn't beat us. Hardly, dude. He won 1 game against us this season. And we beat you with a backup.
Out of 2.
Yeah.
So don't give me that bullshit.
We beat you with a backup. Good for you.
What do you got for us tonight, Carter? You gotta find me a story, sir.
Well, I did have some stuff I wanted to ask you about because we just got the tickets for Raw.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we are going to Monday Night Raw and
February 19th.
1 week.
2 weeks.
A week from Monday.
Yeah.
So,
week and a half.
You and I sat here and watched the Royal Rumble. We didn't actually talk about it. We should probably talk about this because I don't think we ever really did talk about it because we didn't do a show Thursday. So Sunday you were out of town.
Yes.
You guys just came back in.
Flew back in.
I picked you guys up. We watched the Royal Rumble. We were going to do a podcast, but then I decided that it was probably not the best of ideas because I was running on low sleep.
Right.
You guys had just gotten back in. We just kind of had like a family night where we sat down, watched the Royal Rumble. Now that's your first event you've watched in how long? What'd you say?
7 years.
7 years. Okay.
No, maybe not that long.
But like first, like full on start to finish event.
First pay-per-view I've watched in at least 7 years.
Yeah, easily. Okay. So then we were talking. We decided we were going to do Raw. I got the tickets. So if you're a WWE fan and you're watching the show, look for us right behind the ring because we'll be right there on camera side, about 8 rows up. So keep an eye out for the Fat Life there because I was thinking about doing some video vlogging and posting it to our Facebook page of us at the show.
Too.
Yeah, and the Snapchat. So people can take a look at that. But have you ever been to an actual WWE event before, and what was it?
I have.
Okay.
It was, let's see, I think I was like 11.
Okay, 11.
It was 18 years ago.
Early days of Raw?
In Washington.
Or was it a house show?
It wasn't Raw. It was one of their other shows throughout. You know how they do a show pretty much every fucking night.
Yeah, so you did to a house show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is this going to be your first like production show?
Yep.
All right. I'm excited for this. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a 5-year-old the night before, the night of, the night after. I'm not even going to fucking lie. I'm still waiting on my tax return because if my tax return comes in, like I said, I'm getting a belt for the studio.
I think you should buy the tag team belt because they need it too.
No. That's $800 for 2.
Oh, I thought it was a package.
No, they're horrible looking too.
Oh, okay.
I thought about that. I want the classic tag team from like 20 years ago. Those are fucking bomb. But yeah, dude, they're like $400 a piece. Yeah. And the only one that actually sell at show is the Universal or the World Heavyweight. So I was thinking about picking one of those up because I want to put it on our new studio once we move in and get everything situated. But I haven't been to a live event. I went to a live event back in right before my youngest was born. 3 weeks before he was born, I took my oldest.
Okay.
He was 3. Worst mistake of my life. The doctor told us, you're about to have a little one. You have a little one. A lot of your attention is going to go away from him and go to the new one. So spend some time. Do stuff that you don't normally do.
Yeah.
So he doesn't feel left out. So we had gotten our tax return right before the baby was born. It was like middle of February, and I was like, hey, WWE's coming. It's not going to be a big show. It's going to be a house show. So there's no fireworks, no nothing. He has nothing to be afraid of. He loves wrestling. At that point, he loved wrestling. We would sit and watch all the pay-per-views together. I paid for the network every month so he could watch it with me. We would watch Raw together, SmackDown. And finally got to a point where I was like, you want to go? His favorite wrestler is Daniel Bryan, John Cena. So we get the tickets. We're in the corner of the arena, lower level, about 15 rows up. Closest I've ever seen sit for an event before.
Sure.
Except for when we go to Raw. This is like the closest I've ever been, and I was so excited. He was so excited. There was no lights. It was just like the arena lights, house lights were on. And then the show was getting ready to start, and the house lights went down to a pitch black. My son freaked. He freaked. And they lit up the ring with their spotlights that they have during the house shows. The little Titantron thing, the little stage that they built lit up, and they were playing a video with Triple H talking about this is a WWE live event. There'll be an intermission halfway through, blah, blah, blah. My son starts panicking, like just straight panicking, dumping popcorn all over the place. I bought him a John Cena t-shirt, and I bought myself a John Cena t-shirt and a hat. And we're both wearing our shirts, and he's panicking, throwing popcorn everywhere. I was like, Jesus Christ. We get into the first match. The music hits for the first guy, and He starts crying and crying. I'm like, dude, calm down. It's not loud. It wasn't loud at all, but it was the blackness. The fact that the entire arena was pitch black except for the ring made him freak out. So I was like, okay, fine. We left 10 minutes into the show. I wound up giving my tickets to a homeless person. Said if they wanted to go in, they could. Here's 2 seats. And I left. I was so sad. So bummed out. And, yeah, so I'm excited. I haven't been to a live event. I haven't been to a taped event since WrestleMania 26.
That's a long time ago, yeah.
That was 8 years ago.
Oh, dang.
It'll be 8 years this year because WrestleMania 34 is this year.
Damn.
So that was my last one. And then before that, my last pay-per-view, my last event was SummerSlam of 03. So
okay.
I watched wrestling when I was a little kid, similar to you. I watched it as a little kid. My dad took me to my very first event. My stepdad took me to my very first WCW event. I went to Nitro back in the day, and then I went to Raw 3 or 4 times, SmackDown a handful of times. I went to SummerSlam, WrestleMania.
Okay.
And the hope is, we have a good time this, Monday coming up. We have a good time at the show. And if all goes well, I want to do the Royal Rumble. Is the following Royal Rumble is here next year.
Yeah.
My goal for the year is for my birthday, Christmas, and going into that, I want to go to Saturday night's NXT TakeOver. I want to go Sunday to the Royal Rumble. And I want to do Monday Raw, Tuesday SmackDown. I want all 4 days. I want to go to each event.
That's a big event there, sir.
I want to do that entire weekend, just to say that I did it, and then probably leave it at that.
Just to say that you did it?
Just to say that I did it. Just to say that I was at one point in time in my life a crazy enough fan to go to 4 events in 4 days.
Okay.
But that's what I want to do. That's fun. But yeah, so I'm excited for that, dude. It's nice because I was going to get tickets a while ago. I was going to get Ed ticket a while ago because I didn't want to go by myself, though. And then when you said you wanted to go, I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Like a little kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to be hyperventilating at points. I'm not good with pyrotechnics in buildings, so that's probably going to be rough to begin with. But I'm going to have fun with that. Another thing I want to talk about, because we didn't really talk about it on Sunday.
No, you wanted to talk about Prince.
Well, yeah, I was going to get to that. What did you think of the Super Bowl overall?
Loved it.
And the reason I was going to ask you, you were actually watching the game this time. Because most of the time on Sundays, like we said, it's usually family time. Don't really watch the games because the season sucks.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were brought into the Super Bowl by any means? Like, did you feel like it grabbed your attention and kept your attention the whole game, or did it lack at parts?
Oh, I thought it was good all the way through.
Yeah.
It was clean.
Okay.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I thought it was a well-played game by Philly.
Absolutely. I also feel like the Patriots were way off their game. They did not play their game.
It was really weird. It was really weird. They had a really shitty defense.
Yeah.
Well, both defenses were really shitty.
Right.
Like, outside of that strip sack, it was like neither team really did anything.
Yep. Nope. That was the only sack of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking pathetic.
Couldn't agree more.
The most yards in any Super Bowl, any game ever?
Right.
Like, Jesus, it's exciting for us as fans to see that much passing and running and throwing and great. Run the score up, that's awesome. But seriously, dude, play some sort of fucking defense.
Yeah. I will say, though, like, that game was a great game, oddly enough. Because there was no defense, it was fun.
It was fun to watch. You never knew who was going to take it to the house.
Just because both teams were actually scoring.
True.
If it was a lopsided Super Bowl, never would have wanted to watch it again.
Very true.
And but because it was not, by any means, it was very fun to watch and enjoy.
It kind of felt that way going into halftime. It kind of felt like Philly was going to run away with it.
Yeah.
They definitely left it there. So I did post on Facebook. I wanted to talk about Prince.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. The reason I wanted to talk about it was I've been reading a lot of hate about that performance.
Yep.
A lot of hate. And I'm having a hard time understanding it.
It's because Prince hated Justin Timberlake.
Sure.
And that's why.
And people say that Justin Timberlake hated Prince, which is not the case.
Right, correct.
Not the case.
No, he respected him as an idol,
Believed him as the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that, 100%.
Yep. Well, for the simple fact that he, one, could sing like crazy, dance like crazy, but he also fucking plays almost every goddamn instrument there is.
He is. He's the greatest, and I'm not the only one to think this, so this isn't just my opinion. This is pretty well known. He's probably the greatest guitarist to ever live.
Maybe.
The greats of the greats will tell you.
I like Hendrix better.
That there is no one better than Prince. I like Hendrix too, and that's definitely a personal opinion. I grew up on Hendrix, but when it comes to overall playing and writing, no one did it better than Prince.
Sure.
He was by far one of the greatest. My problem was the fact that you couldn't hear Timberlake.
Right, they had his mic down too low.
It was almost awful. Like
kicking. Reagan, no.
Hey, come on, dude. No.
There's nothing in there anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Reagan got his balls snipped today.
No, I don't want you on me.
Now he's missing them.
Yeah. So my problem was that you couldn't hear him. And I watched the Super Bowl halftime show again on my phone, and it was better.
Okay.
Which is weird, because my phone is in stereo, but it sounded 10 times better from my phone than it did on TV.
Now, did you still have the whole crowd aspect?
Yes. Everything was still there.
Okay.
For some reason, it just played better. I don't know if they added some post-processing to it so that his levels were more leveled out. I did find that when I ran it through my computer and my 5.1 surround sound, you lost him again.
Okay.
So it was really weird. Like, it was really weird that they did that. That was another thing I want to talk about. His Jordans. We talked about this. Why is Justin Timberlake wearing Jordans? I had made the comment that most of the performers that do the halftime show are sponsored by Jordan.
Sure.
They all get a pair of Jordans before they perform. Those Jordans that he was wearing dropped on the Sneakerhead app through Nike right after his performance and were gone within an hour.
Okay.
They were Timberlake Special Edition Jordan 3s? Or were they 3s? They were gone in over an hour. They were just $2-something a piece.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, and they were like done. Can't get them anymore. Limited edition, not coming back. That's it.
I like the Jordan aspect, but his outfit was horrible.
And that has to do with his new album.
Okay, here's the thing. His new album is called Man in the Woods.
Yes.
Okay. So I get the camo and the Cabela's shirt, right?
Yeah.
What I don't get is the album itself. There's nothing Man in the Woods about it.
No.
There's one song with Chris Stapleton.
Got a little country in it.
That is 10% country.
Yeah.
The rest is all like...
Well, so is the rest of country right now.
German EDM.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird.
What the fuck?
I listened to a couple of the songs on his new album. I was just like, I'm alright. I'm alright.
Right, I'll pass.
I nostalgically liked the show because growing up, I was an NSYNC fan.
Uh-huh.
Not ashamed to say that. I also was a fan of his first album when it first came out. Only because I grew up heavy metal. I grew up classic metal, hair metal, rock.
Sure.
But every now and then I would listen to a little bit of hip hop. Not much. Like growing up, it was Nelly.
Okay. I like Nelly.
Or some pop. sometimes it would just come on in the car or whatever. I picked up Timberlake's first album he ever came out with after the big NSYNC split, and I liked it. And most of the first half of his performance was off that first album, which I thought was interesting. So here's a lot of the hate that I was reading about on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter over the Prince aspect of it. Sure, there was beef between Timberlake and Prince. Get the fuck over it. A lot of people are upset because Prince didn't want to be a hologram. Was he a hologram, though?
No.
In any way, shape, or form, no.
No, that wasn't a hologram.
It was a video of him performing in his movie with the music playing. That is not a hologram. So the people who are sitting here complaining that Justin Timberlake used a hologram when Prince said in his will that he would never be hologrammed, Prince's family was the one that gave Timberlake the information and the footage and stuff so that he could do the halftime show. So all of you who are complaining that it was against Prince's wishes, shut the fuck up. Seriously. I mean, it just irritates me that people can't just enjoy something for what the fuck it is. Like, it's at a point, like, who the fuck are you to talk shit about something? I hate critics, dude. Seriously, when it comes to movie critics and music critics and TV, and just a critic in general, fuck you. People that listen to our show and talk shit because it's not what they would talk about. Go fuck yourself. This isn't the show for you. Now I'm ranting for no fucking reason.
Real quick, I want to bring up something right back about football quarterbacks,
Sure.
About Garoppolo. Cash per year versus career starts.
Okay.
Drew Brees, 248 career starts,
Uh-huh.
$24.3 million a year.
Okay.
Andrew Luck, 70 career starts, $24.6. Derek Carr, 62 starts, $25 mil.
Uh-huh.
Stafford, 125, $27 mil. Garoppolo, 7 starts, $27.5 million.
Stupid. I hope he breaks his hip game 1 of the season.
I just don't understand it, bro.
I would love to see San Francisco get fucked like that.
It's I think it ruins the sport.
It does.
I think it ruins the sport. And it's also amazing that Philadelphia is still a city after them winning.
Yeah,
Did you watch any of the videos?
I watched them all, yeah.
Flipping over cars.
Tearing down the front of the West End in Philly.
Yep. And someone tried to steal an arena chair out of the Philadelphia arena. Got caught. And his only charge is he has to pay to have it fixed.
Stupid.
I'm sorry, buddy. Your balls are gone. They're never coming back. Get used to it. It's going to be okay. Just think. No child support now. No need to pull out. Damn. Didn't even get Carter laughing.
I saw a picture on Facebook the other day, and there was a guy on Facebook that said, "My son would have been 3 today." And someone commented, "Oh no, what happened?"
I pulled out.
I pulled out. I was like, fuck you, that's funny.
Oh my god.
No, dude, you can't have my
On
balls.
that note, Carter, I'm calling it a night.
Let's do it.
It's about to get real dirty if we don't.
Yeah.
So for those of you out there
who are still listening to the show,
drink the good drinks, eat the good foods, and be an overall good person.
I love fat people.
Show me the honey.